Hey guys, my name's Botanist Cool, and today I'm starting a new series called Rolling a Character, where I take one of my many sets of dice and I make a character out of it. Basically, I want to share how my creative juices flow and hopefully inspire other people to have their creative juices flow in their own very unique ways. Because let's be real, the best way to learn how to be creative is just to learn from one another. There's no one right way. I'm sharing my way, and if you guys get inspired from that, I am extremely happy that you do. I've been playing tabletop RPGs for well over a decade now, usually GMing, and I want to share that passion with you guys. It is my biggest creative outlet and one of my biggest passions, and I want to put more of it into the channel. So if that sounds fun to you, like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. I'll have some links, including my Discord down below. And if you want to support this specific series, I'll have my throne down where you can buy me more dice. Let's get right on into it. Today, I'm making a character off what I lovingly call my koi dice. Now, it's very clear why I call them my koi dice, because they remind me of koi fish, and that's exactly where I started when making this character. I started with looking up koi symbolism. Now, believe it or not, each breed of koi can have different symbolic meanings, and not only that, the patches on the koi themselves can also have different symbolic meanings depending on where the patches are. As an example, the kohaku koi fish is a white fish with red and orange splotches around its body, which typically symbolizes prosperity in work or prosperity in someone's career. However, if there is red and orange around the mouth, it can symbolize success in romance. Other breeds of koi fish symbolize fatherly energy. Some do motherly energy, some do true love, some are financial success. There's a bunch of symbology behind koi fish. So I took two of the more interesting ones to me, which was strength in the face of adversity, and of course, the success in one's career. And I specifically wanted to focus on the career and the adversity because in my brain, at that exact moment, I created a character concept that I just really wanted to play with. I decided to make someone who was stuck between a rock and a hard place. I wanted someone who took pride in their career, in their craftsmanship, and in their professional abilities, but realized those professional abilities, that craftsmanship, that job, the whatever they're supporting is actually doing harm, and is now having to find a balance between fighting against that harm and also taking that pride in their work. So I went for a dwarven mason, someone who has been spending decades under a master learning their craft, someone who has made beautiful, functional, and well-loved pieces of art and structures around their civilization, their town, their community, whatever it is, and someone who takes great pride in their work. And eventually they learn that their civilization and how it's running is abusing the nature of the mountain or hills they live in. And they learn this through their job. One day, they're just in the quarry getting high quality stone, and they stumble upon druidic pillars. And after tunneling further into the mountain, they find an underground lake that is full of strong, natural, powerful, magical water that has a patron or a spirit inside of it. And let's say this patron or spirit just takes up the shape and the identity of a koi fish just to keep it all really well tangled together. From the spirit, the dwarf begins to learn the magics of a druid and becomes more in tune with nature, and now is stuck between the natural realms and the natural wonders and the natural magics and their own pride as a craftsman, their own work, their own civilization, and they have to find some sort of sustainability or balance between the two. And that's where I stopped making the character, because if I'm running this character as an NPC, then my players will decide whether they want to interact with them more, and then I can flesh out that story more. And if I'm running the character as a PC and I'm playing them personally, then I want to build the character off of those issues and see if we can incorporate that into the campaign as a whole, and talk to the DM saying, hey, this is kind of what my character is going through. Can we work this in somehow? I did my best to make the equipment the dwarf has, as well as their spell list, kind of a representation of this internal turmoil between the industrialized world that they are a part of and this new natural world they want to protect. Their only weapon really is the small hammer they have that they use for their masonry work. So I used the stats for a small hammer and just put it right on in there. I also made sure that their spell list had a lot of earth-based spells and some industrial-based spells like heat metal, mold earth, and magic stone for all of those. Oh, don't forget mending for all of those like industrial craftsman-like aspects. But other spells like Goodberry for all those natural rejuvenating aspects that are kind of starting to conflict within them. I'm not going to go through this character sheet that I have up here line by line and tell you how I made my character, because in all reality, I use standard array, average health, and you could probably make the same character in a million different ways. Perhaps the spirit or patron of the lake becomes a patron to your dwarf and they become a warlock that fights for the good of nature instead of a druid like I did. Or maybe you have some other creative idea that I haven't thought of and you could work with that yourself. And hey, if you do have another really cool idea for this character, put it in the comments below. I would love to hear what you do with it. Overall, I've really grown to like this character. I feel like they'd be a fantastic quest giver or NPC to join for part of the campaign for any players I have should I GM with them. And I think that'd be a fantastic character for me to play just because I kind of love playing nature-based characters, which is going to be a problem for future character sheets because I've already started making another couple of character sheets and a lot of them are very nature-based, so I'm going to try to branch out and do something else, I promise, but there is going to be a little bit of a bias in at least the first video or two. Anyways, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. I enjoyed creating this character, and I'm enjoying creating the next couple characters that I've already made character sheets for, but just now have to record for. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. If you have any different idea for these koi dice, tell me down in the comments below. Be creative, have fun, and share your ideas and how you got to them. That's what D&D and tabletop RPGs in general are all about. Anyways, guys, thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you had a good one. Links are down below. Y'all stay safe. Stay Botanist Cool. I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.